Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Future Friday, we're going to talk about SendCutSend, basically future of nation building. So let's dive deep into it. So this is almost like a second company that I'm covering that is trying to revive USA. So let's understand what's the problem. Well, problem is USA lost its manufacturing muscle that it built after World War II or during World War II. So that muscle was not lost on day one. Let that be very clear. It was a long, slow atrophy, and China overtook it in 2010. Now here's the deal. The gap is expanding and exponentially expanding, meaning USA went from the world's hub to, yeah, at best case scenario, even if they work their ass off, maybe they will be lucky enough to reach a point where it's like, no, we are self-sufficient. So let that sink in. Like for a for a country that has went that high, as in like moon level high, and to fall to that point where it's like, can you please give us things? That's a big deal. Now, one of the biggest fundamental misunderstanding and the brain damage they had was, we'll give unwanted jobs to Chinese people, like, lower skill jobs and all that. Here's the deal. That's how you build high skill jobs. It's literally like creating a company where it's like, you know what, we only hire senior devs. How would you build a senior devs? You have to have a junior pool, right? Pyramid is always built on a bigger base. That's how it goes up to the top. Like if you do not have a pool of thousands of people working and churning and grinding in the lower section, only then you can, oh, now this puppy has potential. You take them up. Now then you have a lot of them. Then they grind, and then it's like, okay, now we can take it up. That's how the pyramid works. But it's like, what if we slice the bottom one? Yeah, you no longer have the ability. You no longer have competency, and this is what China's greatest strength is. They slowly, over time, let that be very clear, it's not like they are sorted and done, but they work through it, and brick by brick, day by day, their competency grew. Meaning not only they're like, oh, we can copy paste a machine millions of times. It's like, okay, what if we make the machine itself? Okay, what if we can repair the machine? Okay, what if we can expand the machine? And brick by brick, oh, nobody else actually knows how to do anything. China knows how to do everything. Not even joking, like it is shocking how many American, oh, we do injection molding. It's like, cool. Who makes your die? Yeah, China. So flat out, China's competency at this point in time is unquestioned. So flat out. And USA lost its foundational ability, meaning they can't build the base on top of which they're like, okay, mass production. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry opens like, we need mass production. It's like, bro, you need foundational ability on top of which you build mass production. If you do not have that foundation, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I need press and die. No, you need someone who is smart enough to build that, dies. If you do not have that, and if you're exporting it to China, or that skill even, yeah, you're stuck at a point. They have your clone. So, flat out, that sort of foundational ability loss is the key thing here. And here's the deal. Modern time requires rapid ability, as in, which again, be mindful, there was a time where USA was making fighter jet in years, not decades, years. So rapid ability matters, like a rapid prototyping. You have an idea, the quicker you can manufacture it. Basically like, okay, I think this will work. Make it, test it, verify it. The tighter the time, the more awesome your ability would be. Now do that on a national level. Basically, country number A. This country A takes like, 3 weeks to get a prototype done. Country number B, that can get prototype done inside a week. You do not want to compete those two countries. You just do not want to compete them. Like, it will not be on the same level. And you can see that China understands this very clearly. Like, I'm reasonably sure almost all of you have heard about PCBWay. You must have randomly seen it's like, why the heck PCBWay advertisement is here, and JLC PCB. And again, they're burning money on advertisement all around the world. It never made sense to me. And again, I am damn sure they were not printing money on like $3 PCB manufacturing services or $5 one. Yeah, that's not happening. But they allowed you to do rapid prototyping. Once you get that ability, like once China get the ability to do rapid prototyping, China becomes on a whole another level. And all the people who use this service, they're like, why deal with someone else? Just deal with that bottom layer. You remove the bottom layer, the top layer goes away. So now and because they are so successful, now they have expanded it. Meaning PCB, you go inside, now it's like, oh, we have CNC machine, sheet metal dealing, 3D printing. And I'm not just talking like, filament 3D printing. No. 3D printing as in like SLA, even metal 3D printing. All of that they have. So they're done, sorted on that. Oh, JL, CNC, that also has all the portfolio. So like, and be mindful, these are the two popular ones that most YouTubers know, but like there are others also. So flat out. At this point in time, USA is dependent on, and be mindful, worldwide itself, because again, most countries do not want to focus on it. Most government will not be, oh, you want rapid prototyping? It's simpler to sell. Oh, I'm making car factories. Like, no, you need to sell this. This grows you car factories. So, and again, be mindful, these are two alone are huge and humongous, and they have multiple of this. So, prototyping service matters. If your nation can prototype very quickly, a lot more startups will happen, a lot more successful corporation progress, development, all of those things will happen. If that step is the slow step, the end. It does not matter if it's like, okay, we had this much money, we had this much PhD. Can you prototype the damn thing? Yes or no? The end. There is nothing more than that. So SendCutSend, basically brainchild of this puppy, started in 2018, not that long ago. And the idea was to make one-stop shop for one-off parts. Meaning, hey, I need to cut this one. Now, are there other laser cutting shops in USA that can work? Yes. Most of them do not have online presentation, and most of them, if you had any sort of wiggle room, they're like, dude, I can cut it for you and I'll charge a very minimal fees, but buy the whole material. And that created a paradox. It's like, if you're just needing a small part, it's like, dude, how the heck you can afford it? And again, I'm experiencing that because again, my fume extractor is made out of laser cut sheet metal. So yeah, it's painful. And his aim was like, he is a software programmer, and he was like, okay, he works on cars on his side hobby, so to say. And he's like, hey, I needed this part, so why not make a company to do this? Yeah, there are people like this. So he's like, he started with the system, and he had to make a software pack itself to do that. I'll explain that why that is important. And they started with simple catalog, like, you know, mild steel and basic stuff. But over time, they expanded the catalog. Like, the catalog was like, okay, barely 2-3 lines. Now it's like, yeah, good luck. So that is there. And they have a lot of tools like big laser, water jet cutter, CNC, bending, etc. And they are actually fast enough and even cost competitive enough against Chinese option. Meaning, if you use JSL PCB or things of that nature, it will take much longer compared to this if you are in USA. If you are in USA, and cost wise, it will not be night and day difference. It will be so close as like, yeah, it does not matter to just wait, because again, money does not buy time. Money only buys speed. And they are not competing on mass production. They're like, that's their eventual goal. They'll reach a point where it's like, dude, we have this replicator of Star Trek. You throw your stuff, we can mass produce it for you. That's their future goal, but not right now. Right now, it's like rapid prototyping. You want one-off part, I got you, fam. You want 10 parts, 100 parts, I got you, fam. And you do not have to have like minimum order. Like, there are a lot of places. Again, in India also, we had the same issue. Are there Indian manufacturers that can manufacture engines? Absolutely. More than the moment we open our mouth and we say we need 1,000 piece, shut up, take money. They're like, bro, we'll do it for you. We'll do it for free. But here's the deal. To make a CV engine, we have to make a first working prototype. Yeah, they did. They do not even want to pay attention. It's like, oh, you want one piece? Yeah, don't waste my time. We are burning money just to make one prototype. So it happens. You would be shocked like how big difference is if you want to make one-off parts versus like, you know, going YOLO. They solved that issue for US. And the start was very simple, just 2D, as in sheet material cutting. That was their core strength. They started with metal and then they expanded. And the laser cutter was the big point. And meanwhile, for 2008, you have to understand that the laser has become surprisingly cheap. Like, we don't even talk about, like, there was a time people wanted laser, but it's just like nobody could have afforded it. Plasma was the only solution. Now, it's like, we do not even like, whoa, you have laser. Like 10 kilowatt laser is like, bro, India have multiple shops that do that. It's like, bro, don't waste our time. It's like, bro, who cares? So they have laser. That's, be my friend, in 2018 was still a big deal. Now they're like, yeah, we have it, multiple of that. So that was the starting point. And they had to build software stack because again, like, if you know anything about CNC, CNC is built by dumb people from 1970 who have the ideology, philosophy, where it's like, you should learn how to use this tool. The tool should not be intuitive. And they have never upgraded from that philosophy. And again, I'm talking from experience. Oh my God, if I have to ever look into Siemens NX, I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind. What the hell? Like, all these softwares, like be it SolidWorks, be it Siemens NX, be it Fusion 360, is almost fights with you. It's like, no. It's like, bro, I'm paying for you and I'm paying a lot for you. Work for me. So they had the same issue. They bought a laser machine, $1 million machine, GG, super awesome, cutting power, all the linear bearings and all that, awesome. Yeah, they put a CAD model. The Computer crashed. Computer was like, yeah, I'm not designed to handle this. So they reached a point where it's like, hey, if we are offering an open window, dump your CAD model here and it's just gonna cut it. It needs to able to handle any and all formats, basically .dxf, .dwg, .ai, .eps, .stepper, .stp, all of that. And again, the complexity and whether, because be mindful, at one off part, you may not be like very controlled, where you may want to like, flex your wings, so to say. So he had to build a software stack, not he himself, his team. And that's how they can have the ability to digest almost anything you throw at it. Because that's a big deal, trust me, that's a big deal. Heck, even 3D printers are like finicky, and imagine having something that can just digest things. It's like, that's what was the issue. If they had a lot of complex spline curve, the CAD package, the CAM package used to crash. So they had to build the software stack so they can handle complex custom geometries. That was also stuck, so they solved that part. And the ability is flexibility, not lowest cost, because at a large scale it's not a competitive thing, but as a medium scale or even like, I need it now kind of deal, shut up, take money. And flexibility, this is their material handling robots, which I did not even know that's a big deal enough that there is a robotics company for that. And because they have robotics like this, they have the ability to have a lot of selection, meaning you're like, hey, I want AR steel, which again is the most hated steel because it's abrasion resistant. So like, okay, why wouldn't people like it? People like it. It's just that if you want a small piece, you have to buy the whole sheet. They're like, bro, we have it. Like they have stock material. They have stock material of things that does not even make sense. Why? They have certain phenolic sheet. I'm like, where do you use that? But they have it. They're like, oh, we have this unique alloy of aluminum, which is like very finicky. But in this application, this is GG. They have it. That's the whole point. Their whole portfolio is so thick. They're like, bro, we good. You think of it, unless you're talking about like tank armor or uranium armament, most of the things they have. Like, we good. And decent thickness also, not like very thin, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter. They have like half-inch kind of thing. So you can even build a truck. I'm not even joking. Like you can actually build a truck. So flexibility for low cost, that's the key aspect. And their material selection, because they started with lasers and then they expanded, it also includes things like carbon fiber, phenolics, wood, a lot of things, like a lot of things. You do not have to worry about it. Like they're good. Like again, that was the most amazing. And be mindful, these are sheet metal. So that hydraulic motor system has to be multi-ton capable. And it's like, that was shocking. And again, I first thought like these are the robot name. No, it's the material, AR, HR 375, like all those alloys. Now that's how they started. Now they have expanded to 3D, meaning these all options are available on them. So again, cutting half of the battle is over. Once you bend things, majority of your constructed reality, as in the world around you, generally is just that sheet metal bent into a specific form. So their capability grew exponentially, meaning if you wanted a prototype, you can just like, bro, we good. The shipping would be an issue, but other than that, we good, we got this. So that was there. And then they added water jet cutter. Oh, if you know Fireball tool, he has a ginormous water jet cutter. It's messy compared to IR systems, but again, there are certain materials that do not like infrared, and not to mention at this sort of scale, fume matters. For example, exhaust and emissions and all that becomes an issue, poisonous issue. So sometimes some materials are like, bro, just cut it on a water jet, far more logical. So that is there. And that was like just cutting and bending. And then they're like, hey, what if we offered threading? What if we offered countersunk? Especially if you're working with thick metal, if you can get countersunk into it, the ability to do things grows exponentially. They have that. And adding hardwares also. For example, sheet metal is rarely, like if you look into a computer cabinet, it's sheet metal, but it's not just a sheet metal. It has a lot of stuff, including basically studs. There are places that allows other things to notch into it. PEM hardware, basically pinching devices that you like standoffs, threaded inserts, things of that nature. So they allowed that also as an expanded portfolio offering, meaning you do not have to, because again, if it's a thin metal, like a computer cabinet would be, you're not gonna actually able to tap into it. You will not be able to have threads into it. So you have to have some support. They're like, bro, we got you. We have a portfolio of that also. So like select whatever works with it. So that is there. On top of that, they're like, what if we apply dimpling services? This is how your car actually remains your car, because car's sheet metal is surprisingly thin. So how the heck car does not fall apart? Geometry. It has dimpling. Basically, dimpling is a localized iteration, but you can fold your metal in a specific way and it will become a structural material. Even though it is very thin, it could be like 0.5 mm, it will behave in terms of strength, like if it is in terms of rigidity, like if it's 2 mm. So dimpling, they allow that servicing also. So flexibility is there, and in terms of a whole lot of painting, coating options are there, powder coating included. So they started with 2D and now they have expanded. Oh, by the way, they do have CNC also. So they're expanding exponentially. So what we can expect in the future? Well, here's the deal. They have unlocked a lot of cool projects. Now, does that matter? Yes. Many times people who are poor and they want to remain poor and they always like, okay, why waste money on this? Or like, you know, a lot of people in America who did not have brain, they used to say, what was the point of Apollo era projects? Here's the deal. That's the reason America still has something left. Like if your country has the ability to inspire next generation, the children, they will do cool stuff. If that inspiration pipeline cuts, the end, everybody will work in for one thing only: get rich as quickly as possible and do as much scam as possible. Or if you are in other countries, make as much money as possible and leave this country. So it matters. You have to inspire the next generation, and the ability to inspire USA matters. Like imagine making a liquid fueled rocket out of beer keg. Now, is it practical? Hell no. Is it, whoa, how the heck you are doing it? Shut up, take money. And SendCutSend is sponsoring this. It's like, yeah, it makes sense. It's like how much engineering problem you have to solve if you try to do this. And again, that itself is learning. The ability for some kids to see, hey, even this can be done. Like I have this stupid idea, maybe it could work. That itself is industry. And not to mention, if it actually works out, be mindful, there are only few countries that have space program. So the ability for a dude to be like, hey, dude, what if we have alcohol powered rocket, which mind you is a V2 rocket, it's just like it actually flies. They would have exceeding countries. Be mindful, there are like 200 countries on this planet and only top 15 can even dream this. So it matters, like this sort of thing. And the fact you did that in America, from American things, that matters. So flat out, if they can basically, if American youth realizes that they can have an idea and they can make that idea, like how basically super fast mat makes car parts and it's all done a week or maybe 1.5 week if you're very far away, that's it. That's like, that allows them to dream. It's like, hey, what if I also had this idea, like this car? Again, is it practical? No. Is it an amazing representation of engineering? Yes. Like flat out, if your nation have smart people who can build something like this, anything else is just minor inconvenience. So that's the whole point, the ability to dream. Like again, look into how much money China is spending on competitions and like, you know, battle bots or things like that. It matters. Like if children can dream and the quicker they can prototype, the more things they will do, even if they fail. Even if they fail, the ability to actually grow, the ability to actually be like, hey, I know how it works or how it does not work, like I can save money from that. That's like, shut up, take money. That gives them wings and that matters. Like flat out, they are making the ability of greatness, like they are unlocking it. It's like, bro, we got the tools. You have to bring the idea, we got the tools, we good. So whole capability sector they are unlocking with new technology. Like how can they do this while others cannot? Well, here's the technology have improved a lot. Again, look into old National Geographic documentaries or History Channel documentaries where they used to show about factories. I remember very specific, I do not know which documentary I remember it from, but I know this exact line. They used to say, lasers are very precise cuts and all that, but they can only cut to 5 mm. Right now, we can cut through 1 inch thick metal. It's like, bro, who cares? So technology improved a lot, price came down a lot, and I'm talking Indian price. I have a sheet metal that was cut from a laser. Be mindful, like let's just say you want to do PCB, right? Let's just say you are a college or a university, or you want to open a firm where it's like, hey, we make a PCB design, not manufacturing, PCB design for you, but you would love the idea to actually prototype it. How would you do that? UV laser. UV laser allows you to directly work on FR4 PCB, available in India also. So technology has improved a lot. Like world is acting like, oh, there is no, it's there, bro, it's cheap. Is there scale? Now scale is the advantage because they are not focusing on one client, one customer, one device. They're like, bro, if you want basically abrasion resistant steel, it does not make sense for you to buy a whole sheet. But again, I can buy the whole sheet because I can offer it to so many people. That is the scale advantage. Web, because now you have the ability of internet. You can combine so much order in such a concentrated place that your inventory economically makes sense. So this combination of these three technology allows them to offer something, dreams. It's like, hey, dream up of an idea, make the damn thing, tada. And trust me, if you have the idea of like actually even a simple thing, even a simple box, like if you can come up with the idea, make it into CAD, bring it into reality, and it actually works, trust me, you already exceeded way too many people, way too many people. So, oh, and just to flex, like they know what matters and what does not. Like not only they are funding this sort of project, they have a YouTube channel, and you would be shocked how in depth they go into it. Meaning, a lot of engineers have this and they design, and we call it CAD vision. Meaning in CAD, everything makes sense, right? Oh, I'm gonna bend it 90 degree. They're like, yeah, that's not how it works in real life. You have to underbend it, overbend it, like all how does those part work? Like actual production reality. They have a almost like a university level course where it's like, this is how you do it, this is how it works. And again, it's cheap enough compared to how much Americans pay for colleges. Dude, you can start a company from start to finish. And again, the company's aim, SendCutSend aim is eventually become so good so fast that one-off parts, of course, they're like, that's their daddy on that. It's just that for even thousands of parts, like, bro, like don't buy your own laser machine and do all that stuff. We still can do that. Again, not for millions of parts. At that point in time, you have to establish your own factory. But like, from single parts to thousands of parts, that's their aim. Whereas like, bro, we good, we got this. Like, unless you are good, you have a lot of cash flow, like, you do not have to go to lengths where you are building your own factory. So it was really amazing to see another company that is like actually trying to grow the country. And again, all other countries can learn from it. It's like the knowledge is free. Knowledge is free, my man. You can learn from it and grow from it. And again, it's like they are understanding what matters. Not like, and again, they are also very open about like they are paying actually surprisingly good. And they're the only company where it's like, oh, we are working on sheet metal. Do not hire anyone who works with sheet metal. I'm like, why? Well, the more you work with it, the more limited your focus becomes. It's like, no, only this machine can only do this and all that. They need flexibility. They need someone who's like, break the machine. It's like, what machine? It's like, yeah, we can buy a new one. But if we can expand the capability, that becomes a multi-million-dollar gamble that generally pays off. Because be mindful, it's like gambling has the same rule. Like again, production gambling is different than actual money gambling. It's like, are you likely to succeed? That directly depends. Are you likely to try? If you try, then the chance of succeeding goes up. So surprisingly open and surprisingly, and again, look into this channel. It's like so much in-depth knowledge is there in one place. In like, hey, we are actually building it. They're actually cutting sheet metal and showing like this is how you bend it, it cracks and all that. I'm like, damn, that would have costed a lot. Again, for them, it would like they might have that much offcuts, but hey, it was amazing to see. Let that be very amazing. So this was my presentation on SendCutSend, a small company that is trying to grow muscles back to USA. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst a friend. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free. And as always, thanks for watching.